I like pronouncing it Accra because it reminds me of cock, and that makes me horny. Anyway, so let's get on to the news, folks. Now that I've noticed a dip in my viewership, we gotta bring it back. And the best way to bring it back is by talking about birth. That's right, folks. Birth. I love to give birth. If you love to give birth, then follow my live stream. So, here we have an article, a distressing article from CBS News, folks. Experts sound the alarm on declining birth rates among younger generations. Quote, "It's a crisis." Well, first of all, motherfucker, this is the result of not giving people a chance. When millennials, right, just never got a chance, they don't own homes, they have no good jobs, they're all fucking fucked in the head with mental health issues, they've all been abused, they're all fucking like borderline homeless. You're not gonna have a fucking kid when you can't live, when you don't have a job, and there's a fucking pandemic going on. So let's read. This is from CBS News, folks. New data is confirming a baby boom that some doctors expected was actually a baby bust. Now, I want to say, I'm going to be an aunt soon. Actually, in less than a week. In less than a week, I'm going to have a fucking baby in my house. So, my household is not following the trend here, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. But I'm going to be an aunt. So I'll maybe I'll put some content on the channel. I don't know though. I don't know if that's something I should do just for like, privacy reasons. But anyway, let's get it, folks. Health departments in more than 24 states provided records to CBS News showing a 7% drop in births in December, 9 months after the first lockdowns began. Researchers say it continues a much bigger plunge in fertility in recent decades. The number of babies the average woman in the U.S. is expected to deliver has dropped from nearly 4 in the 1950s. Imagine having 4 fucking kids, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you, like, get a hobby or something, read a book, like, go to school. Why are you having 4 fucking kids? My God. I'm sorry. I'm just being wacky and zany. I'm drinking my coffee, so just give me a little bit. All right. The drop could present an entirely different risk to society than one that the first warned about decades ago. That was first warned about decades ago, when an apocalyptic fear gripped America in the 1960s and 1970s. The stakes in this battle are far greater than any other we have ever fought, Walter Cronkite said in the 1970 CBS News broadcast. The experts we interviewed told us population was the fundamental crisis. I don't know why I'm doing that. As the world stampeded toward... This is what happens, by the way, when I drink coffee. You're getting the coffee experience right now. I'm just letting you know. Woo! As the world stampeded toward 10 billion people, many researchers back then predicted that overpopulation would ruin humanity. By the way, 10 billion people, the planet Earth without any sort of technological upgrade, right? So I'm talking about right now. If we just had better distribution of resources, the planet Earth could probably have like 30, 40 million people, or billion people rather, with no issues, right? It's the distribution of resources that's the problem. When you look at people like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk hoarding all the wealth, when it would only cost anywhere between 20 and 30 billion dollars to end world hunger, for example, you'll quickly find out when people say overpopulation, that's a dog whistle for eugenics and genocide. That's what they want. Oh, why are all those African people procreating? Oh, why don't they don't even have any resources? Why are they having so many kids when they can't even feed anybody? Well, how about you give them fucking food, you prick? Oh, why are, again, the whole, when you hear overpopulation, I want you to hear whoever says that is a racist, genocide supporting eugenicist. That's what I want you to think. So, biologist Paul Ehrlich once explained the threat as the population bomb, the title of a book he authored in 1968. Sometime in the next 15 years, the end will come. And by the mouse courses, and by the end, I mean an utter breakdown in the capacity of the planet to support humanity. I'm sorry, like, what? He said in a 1970 broadcast. Right, again, it's a distribution problem, buddies. It's a distro-fucking-motherfucking-bution problem. Sometime in the next 15 years, the end will come. And by the end, I already read that. But I read it in a different voice that time, so. Today, however, a very different note is struck by researchers like University of Southern California Professor Dowell Myers, who studies demographic trends. The trouble is we overshot and we dropped it down too much now, Myers told CBS this morning. So first we're going to have too many humans. Now we're not going to have enough humans. Make up your goddamn mind, motherfucker. I feel like a Republican hearing about climate change or something. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Woo! Let me drink some more coffee. While the global population is still growing, a major study published in The Lancet in 2020 predicted it would peak in 2064 and then fall by nearly 1 billion people by the end of the century. The reason being fewer babies. The U.S. is already below the so-called replacement level by some measures, meaning fewer young people to support the country's otherwise aging population. That's right, baby boomers. When you die, the whole planet's going to be to us. Right now, they're scared because they're like, oh shit, we're not going to have enough young people to back us up. Well, guess what, motherfucker? When you're gone, we're going to convert your fucking vacation home in Florida to an amusement park, bitch. We're going to fucking take your fucking mansion, right? And we're going to turn it into a fucking skateboard park, right? We're going to fucking, install a merry-go-round on your fucking front porch, you prick. That's what I'm saying. Hashtag whatever. I'm so sorry. Where am I? The U.S. has already read that. Okay, Myers said of the decline, that's a crisis. We need to have enough working-age people to carry the load of these seniors who deserve their retirement. They deserve all of their entitlements, and they're gonna live out another 30 years. Nobody in the history of the globe has had so many older people to deal with. I've got news for you, motherfucker. Robots. Again, this is... Anyone that says overpopulation's an issue or underpopulation's an issue, you're a dumb motherfucker. You're a shit-for-brained, prick-for-brained, asshole, loser, fuckface, okay? Right? What we need to do is distribute resources more accurately and more effectively. When you have Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and all these other people collecting trillions of dollars cumulatively, starving entire populations of billions of people in other countries and other continents, that's a problem, right? What we need to do is equally distribute the resources of this planet to the citizens of this planet, and then we need to invest in technology, and we need to invest in robotics and automation, because this is not going to be a problem if we were to do these things properly. Again, I'm not even talking about something that needs a technological advancement. I'm really not. We can support everyone on this planet if we just redistribute wealth right now. But when the wealth is redistributed, what we need to do is invest it in robotics, right? We need to invest it in AI. We need to invest it in automation, right? That's what we need to do. That's plain and simple. I'm sorry. Like, this whole thing is just a crybaby bullshit article here. But I love reading this kind of shit, so... The coronavirus pandemic is also making the problem worse, despite what some people previously thought. We thought, oh, we would see a baby boom, but we just haven't seen it, said Dr. David Jaspin, a chair of the Department of Gynecology and Obstetrics at Einstein Medical University Center, in Philadelphia. Jaspin said patients are not only worried about their... I'm so sorry. I'm having a really fun time. I don't know why. Are not only worried about their health, but their finances as well. Wow! No shit! Whoa, they're worried about their finances? So you're telling me when the minimum wage isn't increased in 11 years, right? You're telling me when all of this stuff is happening and people are burdened with student loan debt, right? You're telling me that they can't even support themselves having an apartment, let alone a house. They're less likely to have kids because of financial reasons? Wow. You know what that tells me? You know what that is?
Unbelievable.
That's what that is. I get a report every morning at 5:15. Jesus Christ. About what has happened in the last 24 hours. And the first report that I see is the number of deliveries in the last 24 hours, Jaspin said. It's less than it used to be. Well, okay. And? Is there a fucking video here? You got a 5-minute video? What? Yo, this segment might go on a little too long.
Welcome back to CBS this morning. As we approach 1 full year of COVID restrictions, there's new data confirming that a baby boom that some doctors and, for that matter, comedians expected is actually turning out to be...
Wait, what? The comedians are now getting a shout out? Yeah, you know, I expected there'd be a baby boom or something, man. Well, now CBS is... What?
Be a major baby bust. Health departments in 27 states provided records to CBSNews.com, and they show a 7% drop in births in December. That would be 9 months after the first lockdowns began, and it could be just the beginning. Researchers say it matches a much bigger plunge in fertility that is decades in the making. The number of babies...
What kind of fucking woman is having 2.5 kids? Can we talk about that? Like, I know it's an average, I understand, but like, imagine having 2.5 kids. Like, what is that even? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, I'm not going to read that. I'm going to read the article. All right. The Brookings Institution has predicted a large, lasting baby bust of at least 300,000 fewer children in 2021. For Laura Lindberg, who tracks reproductive data for the Guttmacher Institute, the decrease in births could be a sign of progress, a marker of women's equality and freedom of choice. I mean, you know, I'll agree with that. So it's a shift to later in life. And that shift comes more education, more career, more employment. So it's a reordering of how people engage in adulthood, Lindbergh explained. Dowell Myers doesn't disagree. But in the bigger picture, he worries the declining birth rate is also a barometer of despair. That's also true. Myers said he never expected to be talking about a global declining birth rate during his lifetime. Asked what changed, he pointed to the burdens of life. Imagine you just get paid a shitload of money to and your job is to pontificate. Right, like, you know, you got your little fucking, pretend this is like a cup of scotch or something. Yes, oh. Oh shit, I spilled fucking coffee all over me. God damn it, I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, and that like, you think, I wonder if the pause not having any money would impact the birth rate. Like, I don't know, man. The cost of housing, the cost of education, all of these things have become more and more difficult, Dowell said. I think the boomers themselves don't realize how much harder it is for millennials today. I don't know why they don't just pick themselves up by their bootstraps. I'm just saying. And they think, oh yeah, when we were young, we had to live. You know, we had to live on very little money. And we made do, and you can do the same. That's the story, right? Well, no, it really is a lot harder for young people today. It's amazing how much harder. It's inflation, I think, plays a big part into this. Where it's like, you know, remember John Thune in the Senate was like, I used to work for $6 an hour, and you're telling me you want to work for 15? Gonna get a free ride, right? Like John Thune. And then people looked up, oh, you worked for $6 an hour in 1978? Well, that's actually like $25 an hour when you account for inflation. But these dumb prick for brains shit fuck assholes don't know that. They think, I used to buy a Hershey bar for a nickel, and now you're telling, like what the fuck? Like, you know, the value of money changes. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the big things is boomers are dumb as fuck. They were educated by dumb fucks. They lived like dumb fucks, and they will die like dumb fucks. You know, there's a couple good boomers. Not all boomers. Hashtag not all boomers. Hashtag. Right, but goddamn. Anyway, I think that this article is pretty fun to read. I love that these people are pontificating on this stuff like it's news, or if it's like, oh, breaking news. Like this, if you're poor, this is shit you've known. If you know a poor person, this is shit you've known. If you've been raised in a poor family, this is shit you've known. So to see this reported in the news, like, wow, who would have thought such a thing would possibly happen, right? Like, I would. Yes. Anyway, wow, I'm drinking a lot of coffee. This is black coffee for reference. I did not water it down, though I might.